Hey guys, what's up, aspirants? Just 3-4 days left for our prelims examination, so I thought I'll speed up the process. So, this video will be covering Indian philosophy, that is 3.2. 3.1 has already been done. The 6 orthodox school are being done, so you please refer there. Obviously, this is the channel, an academy, and it is presented by me, Dr. Roman Saini, doubt demolisher. 24 hours personal guarantee. I respond any query whatsoever within 24 hours. I will respond. So obviously this series is conceptualized by me. And if you want to read more about me, you can message me your query at my Facebook page, that is facebook.com/romansaini.official. So in last class also we discussed Indian philosophy. So it is dealing with Upanishads, later Vedic period, and developing and evolving over 2 millennia. So we talked about the 6 orthodox schools already. Here we will be talking about heterodox school, the Buddhism, and the rest too in the next part, the Charvak and Jain. So why these religious movements started to begin with? Why Jainism and Buddhism were needed? There was already so many religions, and why they were needed? This is the question UPSC asked. So here is the answer. Religious movements, they originated because of these 5 points. Please make sure you have them in mind. This is, we are talking about around 500 BC. About 2500 years ago, this was the condition. There was superiority of the Brahmins. The Vedic rituals which were performed became very complicated beyond understanding of mere mortals and common people. Then most of the literature which was written in Sanskrit. Even now we can't understand Sanskrit, forget about then. So it was language of elites, and it was out of understanding of common people, so they were not in touch with the literature. Then caste system, especially in later Vedic period, became extremely rigid, and no change of profession was allowed. And finally, animal like cows and all the goats and all the beer burden kind of animals, they were source of livelihood, beast of burden what we call, and it was prevailing during rituals. So these 5 reasons drove away common people from these religions too. The first religion, the only religion we'll be talking about in this class, is Buddhism. Please remember these words. It was written in Pali. Pali was the language. For Jain it's Prakrit. Just remember these difference. People make mistake here. For Jain it is. Then it was started by Gautam Buddha. His real name was Siddhartha, and he is also called as Shakya Muni because Shakya is a Kshatriya clan. So that is why he is called as Shakya Muni. No Ratan Tudya required. Each and everything has logic. He is also called as the Enlightened One. He was born in 563 BC and he attained moksha in 483 BC. He was born in Lumbini, Nepal, very close to UP border, and he got moksha in Kushinagar, UP. Some sources say he was born in 480 BC, so he attained moksha in 400 BC. So Channa was the rider, horse rider of Gautam Buddha. He was a very rich prince and he had palaces and all. So, but with Channa he escaped palace, and he, after encountering old, sick, dead and beggars at age of 29, he left his palace. So this event is called as Mahabhinish Please remember this word, extremely important. It is called as turning of the wheel of the law. Alar Kalam was the first guru. He taught Gautam Buddha Upanishads, and by which he also taught him to treat sorrow by meditation. Then other guru was Rudrak Ramputra, and at the age of 35 he attained enlightenment at Bodh Gaya in Bihar. Please remember these words, under people tree. Is that understood? Then Sarnath, obviously it is near Varanasi, Banaras ke paas hai, 12 kilometers from Varanasi. First sermon was delivered before 5 Brahmins, and this is called as Dharam Chakra Pravartan. Please remember these terms, Mahabhinish Kraman, Dharam Chakra Pravartan, and the last term is at age of 80 he attained moksha, and it is called as Mahaparinirvan. These 3 terms are extremely important. Then his doctrines, which UPSC asks a lot these days. First is Arya Satya. Arya means noble, Satya means truth. So Arya Satya. First is Dukh. Dukh means noble truth of sorrow. So any birth, aging, disease, death, In short, every wish which is unfulfilled leads to sorrow. Then there is something called as Dukh Samudaya, that is origin of sorrow, noble truth or origin of sorrow. It arises from Trishna. Trishna is also called as desires. Then Dukh Nirodh, how to take care of Dukh, how to stop it, the noble truth of stopping sorrow. Destroy Trishna. Then we have something called as Dukh Nirodh Gamini Paripad, that is the way to which you have to lead your life to get rid of Dukh. That is called as middle path, eightfold path, or Ashtangika Marg. These are extremely important keywords, please remember them. Ashtangika Marg has 8 things, so we will start with Samyak Drashti. It is also called as right understanding. That is, you have to be free from superstition and delusion. Then you have to have Samyak Sankalp, that is right thoughts, that is, do not think evil or ill about anyone. Then we have Samyak Vak. Vak means speech, that is, needs to be open, honest and truthful. Then we have to have Samyak Karm or Karmank, that is right action. It should be peaceful, honest and pure. Then we need to have Samyak Ajiv, that is right livelihood. That is, while you are earning your livelihood, no danger should come to any living creature, physically or emotionally. Then Samyak Vyayam, that is right efforts. Self control and training is important. Then we have Samyak Smriti, that is right mindfulness. Active and watchful mind is required here. Then we have Samyak Samadhi, right concentration, that is earnest thoughts on deep mystery of life. So these are the 8 Samyaks of Ashtangika Marg. Please remember them. Then Gautam Buddha did not believe in soul and God. Please remember these things. In supremacy of Brahmins, in authority of Vedas. This religion is against these things, and practice of rituals and sacrifices. He was totally against these things. Then Buddhism code of conduct was obviously is written in which Pitka? Please tell me. Arey yaad karo. I told you in last class and class before that also. You still don't know? Please comment in the sections below. Then there is don't steal. These are the Buddhist code of conduct. Please focus. Don't steal. Don't do any violence. Don't go under intoxicants. Please do not lie, and no corrupt practices. These are Buddhist code of conduct. Then there are Trai Ratnas, that is 3 Ratnas or 3 jewels of Buddhism. So these jewels are, first is Buddham. Buddham means to worship the symbols of Gautam Buddha. Then there is Dhammam. Dhammam means doctrine of Gautam Buddha. And then finally there is Sangham. Sangham means rules and regulations of Sangh, where all the monks have lived as till now. So have you heard Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. So these are the 3 words. Ashoka used to utter them a lot. Ashok the Great, he was also a converted Buddhist. Then these are the symbols, extremely important. Just focus. People tree. Why people tree? Because he gave his first enlightenment under people tree at age of 29. Then Chakra. If there is Chakra, so it means Dharam Chakra Pravartan. That is, he left the palace. Then Stoop. Stoop in Varanasi, near Varanasi, Mahaparinirvan, that is Moksha. Then horse. Chakra literally here means Dharam Chakra Pravartan is his first sermon. And horse Mahabhanishkraman means leaving of palace. And finally, when his mother was pregnant with Gautam Buddha, she saw a dream where she saw elephant and lotus. So it is related to his birth. Then we move on to Buddhist councils. Various Buddhist councils have happened. They are important. So first is 483 BC. That is the year of Moksha. It held under the patronage of Ajatashatru. Mahakashyapa was the president, and the place is Rajgrih. The teaching of Gautam Buddha were compiled in 2 Pitkas, Sutta Pitak by Anand and Vinay Pitak by Upali. I have already told about them. Then 100 years hence, 100-year anniversary of Moksha, under the kingship of Kalasok, under the presidentship of Swakarni at Vaishali. So Buddhism was divided into Therwad, also called as Sthavirs. So old teaching believers and Mahasangika was the second one. They are liberals. And finally, their third Pitak was also compiled, that is Abhidhamma Pitak. Then 250 BC, at the time of Ashok the Great, under the presidentship of Moghli Tis at Patliputra, that is Patna of modern day, and to get rid of Sangha of corrupt practices. So this was the agenda of third Buddhist council. And fourth Buddhist council happened in 1st century AD. It was under Kanishka. He was from which dynasty? Can anyone tell me? This dynasty introduced gold coins for the first time in India. Please tell me in the message box on my Facebook page. Then under the presidency of Vasumitra in Kundalwan. Anyone knows where Kundalwan is? Please tell me this also. Then there was a major split. This is the one of the major split in Buddhism. First is Mahayana, other is Hinayan. Maha means the great wheel. They believed in idol worshipping or god worshipping. It was founded by Nagarjuna and it is most prevalent today in China and Japan. And Hinayan are symbol worshipper. They treated Gautam Buddha as man. It is literally the lesser wheel. And they believed in old teachings of Gautam Buddha. It is prevalent in Southeast Asia, Sri Lanka, Tibet and Myanmar. There are two other councils also recently happened. 5th council happened in Mandalay, Myanmar. 6th council in Yangon, Myanmar. 25th 100th anniversary of Gautam Buddha. So these are not relevant, but just for the completion sake I told them. So what are still left? Still left these two topics, Jainism and Charvak in part 3.3 and the folk dances in part 2.3. So do let me know if you like these videos. I'll continue making them because I don't have anything to do for 10 days at least. So give your feedback to me. I appreciate it that you are engaging. It should be interactive. So that's it for today. So this is our channel and academy. Any query you have left still, you can ping me at my Facebook page, that is facebook.com/romansani.official. You can tweet to me at my Twitter handle at romansani. Do like, share and subscribe. Best of luck for your prelims examination. I can make 1 or 2 more videos. Please let me know by today or as soon as possible which those 2 topics you want me to. Thank you and have an awesome day.